Week 6 on my road to Worlds. Now, at the start of this week, I had some personal things that I had to deal with outside of climbing, so I wasn't able to have a climbing session. However, I was able to have a good session on my home wall, or not my home wall, my home hangboard, just to get some finger activation and just to keep my body moving. And then the rest of the week, I focused heavily on my comp simulation. This is to get me ready for state titles, which is going to be completely World Cup format. What I mean by that is every boulder is going to be 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off. So that's what you're going to see a lot in this video. And unfortunately, this week was not my best week. Now, we're going to start this off with a little bit of hangboard action. So here I'm going from the 20 mil rungs to the 10 mil on top of the Beastmaker hangboard and then coming back down. And as per every exercise that I'm going to do here, whatever I do on the left hand, I have to do on the right hand as well. So I went up with the right hand first, and then the next one, I went up with the left hand first. Now the idea here was to go from the 8 mils into the 20 mils, so the 8 mil rungs into the 20 mil on the Beastmaker. However, as soon as I pulled off the ground, I realized I wasn't moving. My fingers aren't yet, I don't know if they're not strong enough or if they weren't recruited. Also ruined my skin. I was in a lot of pain there, but I was not going to be moving from the 8 mils anytime soon. Now the pinch is at the bottom, so the idea is just to move out with one hand and then move out with the other hand. And on neither go, like there you can see I hit the ground, on neither one I was able to complete a full rotation. I actually stuffed that one up altogether, so now I'm just mad at myself and mustered myself up, able to do that one. But again, just missed the going out. Again, my pinches aren't my strong suit, so definitely need to work on there. And this one is just a bit of compression on the outside of the box. Initially, I went with the full hand palm, and then I went with the fingertips. This one is just an extension of what I did at the start, so 20 mils into the 10 mil into the 30-degree sloper, and then back down. Now, unfortunately, there my hand slipped and I wasn't able to hit the 10 mil properly, so my feet hit the ground. I was just not pulling as hard as I needed to. So on this next go, even though I was trying to make everything really accurate, I knew that I needed to just stay a bit more active on the slopers. I was able to save it that time, but I nearly dropped it again. So I'm definitely better on the 10 mil edges than I am on the 30-degree sloper. This one I'm going from the 20 mil rungs out into a 2-finger pocket on the outside, swinging back around, going to the 2-finger pocket on the other side, and then obviously just going back to the start. I was pretty happy with being able to lock off the 20 mil as I was turning around. This one here, I went the 20 mil on the Beastmaker, which makes it harder because, like you saw there, it's just hard to hit it properly. And then there, my feet hit the ground. It's the same edge as the rungs that I did on my first go. The only issue is you have to be a lot more accurate because it's obviously blocked at the top. Now onto a bit of comp practice. I did a nice little 1-2 here from the ball into the teardrop hold and then just lost concentration on the next move. What I'm trying to do here is go from the ball and then double hand into the ball on the bottom and the teardrop itself. So kind of instead of just hitting and going out, hitting it and then double going out. Now that one there, I just stacked my hands on top of each other, but I was making good progress, and here I was actually able to stick the hold. As you can see, my left hand is on the lower ball instead of the upper ball, so it was just a bit of coordination practice, just getting my body moving, getting that comp sort of move practice in. And my skin just decided it was just dead. Now, on to the comp simulation in the competition room at my gym. On these boulders that I'll be doing here is all 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off, which is good because I need to do, I need to manage my time well. However, in most of these, I am just falling off the same move over and over. The idea here was to push myself over onto that left foot. It was just a very awkward position. I was able to get closer and closer. However, I just wasn't able to unlock the move. As you can see, I'm just teetering on just doing it well enough. Like there, I was just not over my left foot enough. which is a bit unfortunate, but unfortunately that's how comps go, or at least competition boulders. This move as well, just swinging, and the idea was that I was trying to do is swap the feet around, catch that handhold, and then catch a toe hook on the bottom of that right handhold. And as the time went on, I got closer and closer. A few of my attempts was very, very poor, but I try to just throw as many attempts in as I can to really learn the move and throw it into my muscle memory. Like that one there, I was really close. I just feel like my foot was just slightly in the wrong position. And yeah, sometimes you just make a small mistake. A move like this is just very hard to learn in a 4-minute window, which is good to practice in a comp simulation setting, because you really need to learn. You need to be able to learn that move in a short amount of time. Over here, my time is running out, so I'm really just trying to just stick that first move, as I feel like I'm getting really close. So I don't even have time to chalk up. I just have to go. On to the next slab boulder. Took me a while to unlock the start move. You can see that on my left foot, I'm just not on the hold. When I try and readjust, I just completely slipped off. It was completely blind. I couldn't see where my foot was, so I just had to kind of feel the hold until I felt the right spot. And I was able to unlock it pretty quickly, which I'm pretty happy with. And now it's just a sense of moving slowly, weighting my feet correctly, and just not pushing myself off the wall. I had a nice little save there. Luckily, my foot just slipped into the good part of the hold, and I was able to pull myself back in. And now it's just trusting the foot and finding a way around that big volume. This foot up really allowed me to rock my weight over onto that left foot, allowing myself just to move over a little bit more, releasing that, which probably wasn't the best idea because now I had nothing to push my weight over. I got pretty close on this attempt, but the edge of the volume just pushed me out that little bit, and again just missing the good part of the foot here. Not taking what I did on the previous attempt. It kind of just left my brain. Happens a few times during the day where I kind of just did something and then forgot what I did and stuffed it up the next go. Over here, I just didn't know what I was doing and just fell off. This was my best attempt, which was my last attempt on this boulder. I was getting pretty close. I started feeling good. I just committed more to the double palm here. That crimp that I'm going to is very sharp, and it was really, I didn't want to use it too much. Excuse the other people, it was busy day at the gym. And at this point, I'm starting to realize I'm out of time. So Ricky calls me off the wall. The comp simulation time has run out. This boulder here, I got the first move pretty quickly. It wasn't too hard, but it was just pretty droppable. But this next move is a move that terrifies me. You have to jump down into a volume, which just with my ankles as they are is very prone to getting injured. Well, not prone to getting injured, but just not flexible. So you can see in this go here, I'll slow it down as well. I just hit it, watch my ankle on this slow-mo here. You can just see it not go all the way down and kind of bounce back up. So that is just my ankle being so tight that it kind of goes past where it wants to be able to go to. And it's kind of like a spring. It just sits on that. As you load it more, it just springs back quicker, which can just lead to an injury. And that's not what I want to do right before state titles. So I just call on that boulder, not committing to the move as much as I would have liked to. Now I'm on to the working phase of the session where I'm working the boulders. So I was trying to work this top section of this blue. My skin is absolutely on fire here. My heel is not on the right spot, which is why it popped there. I decided not to do that boulder again just because I knew those holes were just going to just destroy my skin. Moving on to this red slab again. This is one of the few times where I actually remembered what I did and was able to repeat it pretty well. And I was able to move pretty quickly through most of it. Um, Again, I was a bit unsure of what I had to do, but just committing into the double palm again was just a very stable position once you moved around it. Um, Something slightly different here. I pulled myself on the crimp instead of pressing on the volume. Um, but once I got here, again, I was just thoroughly confused on what to do. I spent a little bit of time with my hands and my feet, moving them around, trying to figure out what to do. Um, and I just, unfortunately, I'm not able to get anywhere. Just trying to find something that has any sort of purchase on it. I got pretty close, but I just wasn't getting around that volume. Trying this top section again, just trying to find something that works. This is another one of those times where I just got off the boulder and got back on, and I completely forgot what I was doing. So I'm almost working it out as I'm going again. Um, I kind of scared myself here. My foot just kind of pinged, as you'll see here, and I just let out a little bit of a shriek. This is a nice little run across boulder where I tried two different betas. So the first is step through beta, which I tried a few times, and then a couple of my mates suggested the kind of like triple little spatter across that little bar, which I was able to get pretty quickly. I'm happy with, and it felt pretty smooth after doing it a couple of times. And now it's all about trusting your feet. I'm feeling a lot more confident on my feet, especially with a move like that, moving around the hold, um, and a move like this where you're on an upside down hold. I'm pretty happy with the fact that I was able to just trust my feet on there, even though my right foot was a bit too far out looking at it now when I did this step up, but I was able to trust my feet enough. This top section here, I'm thoroughly confused with. I didn't try it after this go. My hands were really sweaty. I was starting to lose a bit of trust in my feet. It felt like a really high foot, and I'm probably just in the wrong position. And as I was trying to figure out what to do, I forgot to weight my foot, and it just popped there. This red one was just a nice little jump across with a powerful top. That catch there, it's just a very classic catch and use the momentum out into the next handhold. This top section is just pretty bad slopers, so just trying to find the right body position to match that last hold is a little bit hard, but I was able to figure it out pretty quickly, which I'm quite happy with. And then my friend Ricky just told me to match it this way, which I just wanted to try out and see. It was a much worse way of doing it. My hips was on fire. As you can see here, my hip was just cramping up. I don't know if I was stiff that day or if I'm just not flexible enough. But I did not like that method. On this one, we're just mucking around with this black boulder, just trying to do it a bunch of different ways. So I was just missing that big blue volume there. Um, Instead of using it, it just makes the first move quite a bit bigger. Uh, this next one is just trying to catch the sloper and the starting jug, which, yeah, obviously it was just a singular move. Just trying to stick that bit. Originally, I was just trying to catch the hold, and then I went into the press. And after a few goes, I ended up just climbing up there just to see if it's possible, which unfortunately it's not. But I was able to stick the foot every time. That coordination I'm quite happy with. Being able to stick the hand and the foot at the same time on a move that is at the end of the day just not possible. Again, just making a couple adjustments. So just going to the bar alone, just into the double press. Nice little foot pop here. Um, so yeah, into the press and then into the third last in the top hold. And I wanted to try this again, but just make it a little bit more static. So reach up, get the high foot, and then jump up into that same hold. I couldn't be bothered doing the top as I'd already done it. So I just dropped off here. A couple other variants we did. So this one here, so just going to the bar and the third last, very narrow compression, and then straight to the top with a heel hook. And then the last one I did on this boulder was into the third and second last straight away. Nice little powerful move, catching that right arm and pulling to the left. It was quite nice. This is another boulder that I kind of made up on the spot. Um, Catching that shouldering move was a nice little move, and as I'm looking up there, I'm trying to figure out what to do. And that catch was actually really cool with how tired I was. And when I drop off here, my skin is absolutely on fire. Um, I had no skin at the end of this session, which didn't leave me with much hope for the next 3 days of climbing. At the end of the day, I didn't have the best week of climbing. I wasn't feeling as strong as I normally do. Whether that is just an off week or the new training cycle is throwing my body off, I'm not too sure. But it is what it is. That's what training is. You feel weak so you can feel strong on competition day. So we got 2 more weeks of this and then state titles. So yeah, if you want to stick around, I would greatly appreciate it. Stick around for the journey.